In a world in which no one truly gave a damn if there would be a sequel, this is Chimi Does Absinthe, Part 2. With us, welcome back, Leaf, the Absinthe Guy.
Thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure to be back with y'all.
And, you know, me, Christian, Bryant, next to me.
Hey.
And our dear friend Obsidious is here with us at the table, letting us use his garage to record this episode. What? I didn't edit this in afterwards. Screw you, shut up. But who we haven't had on the show before. Two very smart young men who have designed and created a new way for us to enjoy.
They look pretty sexy.
Yeah,
look at these,
I'm physically aroused right now. But yeah, you guys have heard us talk about it before. The Slipstream Absinthe glasses. These two gentlemen created them. Welcome, Dimitri and Mike.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
So, you guys came all the friggity down from Arizona to be on this thing. And,
Really? That is correct.
My lord. We're getting you guys drunk. Oh, wait. The other way around.
Now, you guys have like a list of bottles in front of us, which I'm still... I know we had the original Absinthe episode. I know we heard a little bit of history of Absinthe. I know we drank Absinthe. But I still know so little about it. And I'm just seeing so many bottles, and I'm just kind of like trying to keep my my liver's boner from showing.
Oh, God. That must hurt your abdomen.
A little bit. But in a good way. I like it.
Yeah, right. It hurts so good.
So why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves? Talk about your services and you know all your crazy things that you got going on.
Well, yeah, thanks for having us, everyone. We're definitely gonna look to try a wide range of absinthes today. And so we invented a new absinthe ritual. We invented the Slipstream Absinthe glass. We really want everybody to really understand, learn about absinthe, and enjoy many of the same experiences that we've had over the past couple of decades. So,
now, when you say ritual, you're not talking like sacrificing a lamb into the glass first. It's a different experience, right?
It depends where you're from, you know. It's very liberal. Absinthe tends to be liberal. The only exception is don't light it on fire.
There you go.
Okay, so then that means, Leaf, did you bring the lamb?
Oh, crap. I knew I forgot something.
Dang it.
At least we got the limes.
Just stay away from my cats.
Yeah. Well, cats, if you don't close the door, the cats tend to love absinthe, and they will come.
Do they really?
They love absintth. Dogs
I would love to mess up a cat with absinthe.
I wouldn't doubt it. My cat loves wine, so I mean, I could see him going for this stuff.
Well, he will or she will love.
We've got to get that on camera.
It's the herbal smell of it. It reminds them of catnip and other herbs and spices that they enjoy so much. So, yeah, I live with 3 cats, and whenever I drink absinthe, it's a constant struggle of, get out of my glass! No,
all up in
mine.
your face. Sharing your glass of absinthe with your 3 cats.
Is catnip a sage?
I believe it is varietal of sage.
I do too.
Wormwood is a sage, so
yeah.
That makes sense.
Oh, I learned something today.
Yeah.
And I'll forget it by the time I'm drunk. Yeah, I've just got a corgi at home, and she doesn't like the wines or something, but she loves coffee. It's horrible for her, but I set my cup down on the floor once when I was getting ready to pack and move from my house in Santa Ana, and I hear slurp, 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 and I look down, and here's my dog slurping away at my very strong, very bold coffee. And I'm like, no. Hoping she's okay. About 5-10 minutes go by. This dog is just gone. And with her tiny corgi legs, I don't know how she got some serious momentum going. Like,
doing laps.
Yeah, she didn't know how to turn right. It turned into NASCAR.
Couldn't turn left. Magnum.
Exactly.
Zoolander.
I'm not an
I can only
turner.
turn right.
It would be great if Zoolander 2 is coming out, isn't it?
Yeah, they just released the trailer to that, too.
Oh,
That looks fantastic.
They should drink out of the Slipstream glass in that movie. It'd be kind of fun to watch them go crazy.
Yeah.
There it is.
If God exists, why did he make ugly people?
So that way pretty people can look prettier. That's why I exist. That way when I stand next to pretty people, they actually look really good.
Just one look.
Just one look. You're ridiculously good looking.
And they did get the entire cast back for that, too. Like, all of it.
Oh, my goodness.
Even David Bowie's back for another.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
There it is.
can't complain there. So, Obsidious, how How's the parenting life of the greatest mind I know?
You flatter me too much.
I'm trying to get laid later, so I need to.
Well, I'm not gonna do that.
You're not drunk yet. You can't answer that properly, which I am not at all, prone
to answer your question, it's...
Try asking this after a couple more glasses, and then we'll see what he has to say.
There it is.
Oh my!
We're talking a good old-fashioned roofie-free lovin' here, okay?
That's gonna chafe. Well, to answer your question, the kids are all right. I mean, no pun intended, but no, it took 2 hours to get my 8-month-old down for bed last night. Usually, I don't know, it's getting to be a fight, but if I look any older, that's the reason, yeah.
Hot damn, you need a drink then.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to that. And thankfully...
said that with so much enthusiasm. Like, yeah, dude.
Yes, I am a parent.
Yeah.
Get me crunk.
So my awesome wife is inside with the 2 boys, but Chris's girlfriend is helping out there, so we're getting here. And we celebrated our 10th anniversary.
Congratulations.
We celebrated it on the 5th, but we're so out of it with the kids that we didn't realize it's actually on the 6th.
Hey, you guys remembered.
Yeah. I remembered, yeah. Now, it was actually on the 6th, but we ended up celebrating on the 5th instead. That tells you, how the kids affect our mental ability these days. So, yeah, have kids when you're a little bit older, because you want to get all that fun stuff out of the way first. Take it from me.
Well, to finish our turn around the table, Leaf, how's life? Before we go make us drinks.
How's the knee, Doc?
Life's having its ups and downs, as usual. Being a disabled veteran and trying to start a small business is a tough thing. But
Veterans unite.
But, there's a lot in the works. I'm keeping everything kind of quiet until it launches about mid next month. But, yeah, everybody should go find the Absinthe Guy on Facebook and keep track of what's coming out, because, big things. Big things.
A lot of good stuff in the absinthe industry, too, from what I understand. Especially with these 2 gentlemen.
There's a real absinthe revival going on now. Absinthe was, probably mentioned this on the last show, but legalized in 2007. Mm-hmm. But it's really starting to peak with craft cocktails.
And it's amazing how far it's come in less than a decade,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, and I think the awareness and what people are learning and understanding about real absinthe, genuine absinthe, artisanally...
Not just doing shots and lighting them on fire.
Yeah.
Which is the worst way to drink absinthe.
Can I just add that on that statement, I really hope that Fireball just disappears from this world.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that feels that.
And all the knockoffs to go with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of which, Leaf, I'm so sober. Please fix this.
Yes.
I didn't bring you here because I like you. I bring you here because you served me alcohol.
One question. Does everyone want sugar in their first glass? Or
Yes, please.
Just one.
Well,
please,
and what should we start with? You guys, I've had all of these. We have...
Let's go left to right. What do we got?
La Clandestine.
We've had the Clandestine on the show once before.
That's a favorite.
That was our fancy one.
You guys stay tuned. We're going to make a La Clandestino later in the show in the Martini Flair cocktail glass. So
let's save that for the cocktail.
All right.
Yep, that's a Le Bleu, by the way.
I'll get the shaker for that, too. I forgot to bring it out, but I'll go fetch it before we do that.
So we have 2 Le Bleus. Le Bleus are Swiss absinthes, which are the Le Bleus. That's the origin and the birthplace of absinthe in Val de Travers,
You guys can't see Lee's face. Lee genuinely got aroused sniffing this
I'm
bottle.
trying to get him on Periscope right now.
There it is.
And after
Just from the smell, I dare say this may be better than La Clandestine, which is my current favorite.
And after the absinthe party that Leaf, Chris, and I had about a month ago, I think
Oh my god, I got so drunk.
I got more of a taste for the Swiss style than the Vert style.
Yeah, the Le Bleu is different than... Well, you have... first of all, you really have 3 different types. You have the Le Bleus. Le Bleu is... It has to be Swiss made or distilled.
Okay.
And typically that's the birthplace of absinthe. So we have 2. We have one from absinthehouse.com, which is a small place there. The JJ Razeau. Very good Le Bleu. They have all sorts of great Le Bleus out there. Of course, the La Clandestine is made there. And then we have a couple of verts.
There's just smiles going around right now.
Yeah,
Smiles everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Dimitri, don't forget the microphone. You got to talk closer to the microphone.
Well, thank you.
No problem. Because otherwise it sounds like you're a million miles away.
Echo.
Thank you for producing the show properly.
Yes.
Because clearly Bryant and I don't know what the fuck we're doing.
I was just enjoying it.
I just want to make sure our listeners get all that beautiful information because
All the
it's
sexy tone of voice in there.
Yeah.
Ow.
I guess we are starting with the JJ
we're
Rousseau.
starting
The
with the
JJ
JJ
Rousseau.
And then we'll gradually move into the Jade Liquors line, Ted Bro's latest, very, very, very good absinthe, Terminus.
The Jade Terminus will be next on the docket.
And we have the classic Butterfly, which is actually a U.S. recipe that was found in Boston by Patrick Dempsey.
Oh yeah, Leaf was telling me about the butterfly recipe from Boston. They dug it out of
Anything
the
from
records.
Boston tends to hurt my liver pretty bad.
Yeah, it's a good absinthe. It's made in Switzerland now.
From the same guys that make La Clandestine.
Claude Bouchon, and
Très bien.
Heritage is made by Oliver Matter, I believe. They're also distilling in Switzerland, and that's a Vert too. So we brought a little raspberry syrup, so we're going to have some fun.
Yeah, I'm curious about the
yes.
raspberry syrup.
We've got the raspberry syrup, and I've got grenadine if anybody
wow.
wants to try the red fairy.
Oh, that's the clear.
See, I've never actually seen this happen just yet to go ahead and put it in the slipstreams.
Yeah,
So-
he hasn't watched this yet.
Yeah, I've never seen this before. So right now they're actually going ahead and putting maybe like a shot at the bottom of
So
it.
you just put
5 ounces.
Yeah,
Okay.
1 to 1.5 ounces. We've tried 2 also, but you have to put a bit of water in there for 2. But it works out. Just depends on how big of a drink you want, really.
It depends on your palate, your taste, and the type of absinthe.
Right.
Also,
Yeah, exactly. With the type of absinthe, how strong you'd like it, that sort of stuff.
So
I prefer mine a little stronger, and I like the verts.
So there's always a rhythm to the madness. So is what you're saying.
And, when you try the Slipstream glass at first, it's like riding a bike. You get on a bike,
Find out
and you
what
ride. And you either fall or, it's really easy and you keep riding the next time you get on the bike. You always find out something new. You can reposition the straws. You got the dose line. It's really easy. And it's hard to break, too. So,
that's good.
Yeah, right. That's good for us if we keep drinking, right?
Yeah.
After we start.
Well, that's
there you go.
what you do. You start drinking. You continue drinking. You never really stop drinking. You
I
just
definitely need a drink.
You just get a nap occasionally.
Oh, this is going to be delightful. It's very.
Which one are you sniffing there?
You could definitely smell the fennel. The JJ Rousseau, the LA 2112.
This is why I bring you, because I'd sniff that bit. It smells good. I want that.
It's not a very well-known absinthe. It's a very small place in Switzerland.
Go ahead and take a whiff.
Yeah.
you can really smell the characteristics of each absinthe.
Okay.
Wow. I feel like I just ate licorice with my nose.
Oh God.
It was good.
It's
So
wunderbar.
it's Russo, JJ Russo.
J.J. Abrams should make an absinthe.
Oh yeah, right.
Should call it Jar Jar. And we should be able to drink it
wow.
and shoot it afterwards.
That is black licorice with like a hint of something else.
Liquor?
Maybe. I don't know.
With a hint of Yo Mama.
So here's the trick with the Slipstream glasses. You start out by pouring 1 to 1.5 ounces of absinthe into the bottom, which is shaped like a conical cylinder. And then you put in ice. And above the conical cylinder, there are 2 bulbs. You have a small bulb, and then a larger bulb above that.
He is good.
You're so
Obsidious
the
is good.
Sugar. Oh yes, you actually supposed to put the sugar in first. That's
If
right.
preferred.
If you
I'm
put,
afraid some of us...
if Ricky gets 2 cubes of sugar, that's going to be okay.
I wouldn't mind
Better
2 cubes
without
of
sugar.
Okay.
You know what?
But
Then, by all means, I'll try it without the sugar because I don't think I've tried it without. I think I've always had sugar, and every time I've had absinthe.
It does depend on the quality of the absinthe.
So
Okay.
the better the absinthe, the less sugar.
So if you
And,
put in,
it's a desired taste too.
It's also a personal preference.
Personal preference,
you know.
but
Some people
after you develop a palate, it's an acquired taste.
It's
first of all. So,
Yes.
Correct.
so if
And
you
now
do
Leaf's
put in,
pouring chilled ice water into
so if you
these.
do put in the sugar, it falls into the bottom of the lower bulb, right above the conical cylinder, and then the ice is in the upper bulb. And then what you do is you fill the glass with water. With chilled ice water, as purified as you can get it.
Bring one of those over here for Brian to once you the blue one that you're pouring out, so that way he can see the process.
And then what happens is,
hey, we got Doghouse that joined us on Periscope. Hi, Doghouse.
Hey,
Doghouse.
Welcome to Chimi.
And what happens is when you put the water in, the absinthe very slowly looshes with the water, so it basically goes from the bottom, from the conical cylinder, up through the bulbs and through the sugar if you have that. And then you get this very slow process of looshing, which is basically the absinthe mixing
that is
with the
awesome,
water
man.
and the sugar.
There's like straight chemistry going on right now.
Yeah,
Correct.
And then the slipstream, the glass straw connects to the conical cylinder at the bottom of the glass. So it looks a little bit like a water pipe, which is some of the...
I was just about to say, essentially we're going to be drinking out of what most would describe as a bong.
That's part of the charm with these glasses, though. But what you do is...
Where do you light it?
There's no carb.
Now, the only other trick to this glass is that when you have the straw, you have a lot of absinthe in the straw because that's what goes in first. So what you have to do is put a little puff of air through the straw, enough, not that you're going to make a mess, but you blow the remaining absinthe out of the straw, and then it fills up with the mixture, and then you're ready to drink it.
Otherwise, your first drink will be a straight neat absinthe.
And you do not want to drink absinthe neat, believe me.
The first time I bought a bottle, that was what I did. I actually took it straight from the bottle. I was like, okay, I'm curious. Oh my god, why?
And that's why a lot of people have a really bad experience with absinthe, because they take it straight, and that's really the least preferred method to drink it because it's very strong. It's at least 100 proof. Most absinthes. How do you pluralize that?
Not really
Most
sure.
absinthes. I'm not even drunk yet. I can't speak. And I speak for a living. That's funny. So most absinthes are at least 150 proof. Some of them are even stronger. So you don't want to do it straight. So you let it loosh, and then once you're ready, you blow into this straw, and then you take a sip.
All right, ladies, gentlemen, internet, a moment of silence.
That's delightful.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah.
If you'll excuse me, I'm going to give my lovely wife one of the Slipstream glasses, and so she can have some absinthe while she's taking care of my lovely boys.
Is she new to absinthe?
She's had it before, but, in the traditional, fountain glass spoon way. So this will be her first time with the Slipstream. So I'm gonna puff on the straw for her so she doesn't get the full shot right off the bat.
No, I am just gonna say
I'm gonna grab the shaker also.
For the amount of beer we have, and we tend to get a lot of IPAs in our show.
Yes.
This is like a nice dessert in comparison.
Yes, this is like straight. It has a good pungent flavor right in the beginning, but afterwards you get nice sweet flavor. It's like a really good balance.
Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
this one, as I recall, I can't recall of Brian's glass. Mine did not get sugar, and I can't
Brian's
even tell.
did not. Yours did.
Mine did? The orange straw?
sweet.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah,
there it is.
La Clandestine is sweet on its own. In fact, it's so sweet and smooth. Every once in a while, I don't do shots, but I'll take a little tiny bit straight just to coat my palate and my throat and do the classic, wine taster.
Yeah.
Just to get all of the flavors throughout my palate. I mean, yeah. And it's nice to experience that contrast between before you loosh and then after.
Yeah. Well, and that looshing process that happens in the glass, essentially when you take very, very cold water and mix it with the absinthe, the cold water is pulling all of the essential oils and aromas out of the absinthe. So it's really the distiller's signature that's being extracted or emulsified.
Yep.
And you really shouldn't really drink
So you
absinthe.
could kind of make a
any other way.
unique flavor with each bottle, kind of, sort of?
Yeah, so and each of these absinthes have different types of herbs. There's a variety of ways to distill the absinthe, and I would say I think there's probably unlimited amount of flavors. That
Well, then let me ask this: how hard would it be to make an absinthe that tastes like?
incredibly impossible.
Oh, damn it!
There it is.
You're talking about using natural herbs and spices to try and capture a very unnatural flavor.
Exactly. That's the science. Come on.
Keep your abhorrent cocktail for like BJ's or something. No, I'm sorry. I meant Dave and Buster's. BJ's.
Dave and Buster's.
Right? Fuck that. We're gonna go trademark this right away, so that way when we open our brewery, it's gonna be a IPA.
Yep. Edit.
The chimichanga.
Edit.
The chimichanga IPA.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, there it is.
I apologize for having to edit in all these censored beeps. These assholes just kept saying the secret word.
We're just gonna edit that with a bunch of beeps. What?
Is that from One Crazy Summer?
Seriously. They just keep saying it.
Speaking of which,
you might be too young for that. No.
No. How old am I, Dimitri?
You are at least 24.
Oh, jeez. Now you're
He's
just
right.
blowing smoke up my butt.
As long as you're over 21, we're okay.
I was born in... I'm 37 years old.
Okay.
I'll be 38 in October.
yeah, I believe Leaf and Bryant are the babies at the table. Yeah.
Actually, no. I'm the same age as Eric, and my birthday is also in October.
All right, fuck me. I think Bryant and I are the babies.
Veterans and
I am
almost the same.
I am
damn
27.
age.
So
Well, like,
yeah.
we're Generation X. And you have the whole John Hughes era, like The Weird Science, which was, I think, my all-time favorite movie.
Oh, it's a badass movie.
16 Candles.
Weird Science got me stuck on underboob. that sweater scene that sold it for me. I was a pervert from that day on.
And the gym scene at the end, yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Shower with them. what is it? Your steed, buttwad.
That actually...
Chet.
Back in 2000, they had a movie that came out that didn't really make a lot of money, but it was Wet Hot American Summer. Have you guys...
See,
I've heard
isn't
of
that
it.
the newer version of kind of like Meatballs?
Yeah, kind of. But now they just came out with
The series on
series on
Netflix?
Netflix,
Yeah.
which is supposed to take place. And by the way, this is 15 years later now they started filming this. The cast is like in their 40s. They go back to film. They filmed the movie, which is the prequel that takes place 8 weeks before before that. And so they introduce the thing, and these people are like old and wrinkly. And it's like some of you are almost 16, and they're sitting there like, yeah.
The crazy thing though is I saw the series on Netflix recently, and then I just saw the movie last night. And some of these people don't age. Paul Rudd almost looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
From 2001 to 2015. This like, and the lady, I forget her name, that was in the first Mighty Ducks. She was one of the girl. She was like the ice box of Little Giants. I forget.
Yeah, wasn't she like the girlfriend of the one guy? And he's like, no, this is for the boys, and she kicks ass.
Yeah.
She's in this too.
Yeah, she's in it, but these people don't age. I don't know what's going on.
Well,
What do they give actors?
What's funny is
Right.
they had
It is
Paul
LA.
Rudd.
Plastic surgery does wonders nowadays.
What's the name of
Jeez,
Rocket
oh,
Raccoon? the man who voices Rocket Raccoon. I forgot his name.
Oh, Bradley Cooper.
Bradley
Thank
Cooper. Yes.
you.
He is on the top 10 of America's most highest paid actors, pretty much.
Yeah.
And they got him on this Wet Hot American Summer's prequel. And it's so funny because towards the end of the series, he's like so busy cutting up someone else. The writers are geniuses because he's not going to be available. Obviously, they can't afford to beat the pay that a movie's going to give him.
Right.
So he's talking to his lover, being like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to be at this party, and I'm going to wear this mask. Oh, you're going to wear that mask? Yes, I'm going to wear this mask."
That's
so that
right.
next episode, there's just some guy like DJing at the party with a mask on, and it's supposed to be him. And it's like, "Oh yeah, he's here. He's part of the crew, and he's hanging out like, yeah, I'm one of you guys."
This sounds so familiar to that. James Franco was in a movie like that too, wasn't he? Where
Yeah.
Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah.
Like type of show
That
like
was a
Freaks and
series.
Geeks. Or
like some
That's
summer.
like the Canadian series where
It was another summer camp movie, I think. I don't know. I can't remember.
Friday the 13th.
Are they going to remake Freddy vs. Jason? Come on.
No,
Yeah, I know, right?
No.
Superman versus
called it.
Batman. Let's go.
We don't need to worry about that. They just announced they're gonna reboot Friday the Nightmare on Elm Street. We're gonna get a brand new Freddy, and it's not gonna be the same as what the.
They tried to do it with that guy from The Watchmen, the guy who
Rorschach.
Oh, him, huh?
Oh,
So it's
wow.
going to be kind of like when Rob Zombie did the
And you know what?
Halloween reboot.
Well,
Kind
this
of.
one's gonna be a little more. They're gonna go back to Freddy being more humorous again. But they're still going to make it they said we're going to make it scary as hell.
Yeah.
But Freddy's still going to be Freddy.
Freddy has to have charisma.
In the reboot, he was just kind of
definitely.
like, I'm angry because you burned me. You know, it felt kind of like Billy Bob Thornton was Freddy this time instead. But now it's kind of like they're saying we're going to get the Freddy we all love, and we're still going to be scared out of our minds.
We must be super... I'm excited about Halloween. Absinthe and Halloween is so much fun.
Actually, Halloween is one of my all-time favorite holidays. It's Halloween, then Christmas. Those are my holidays. Yeah. And then after that, St. Patrick's Day. Then after that, my birthday.
I don't know. Nobody likes Thanksgiving, then? Love Thanksgiving.
I love Thanksgiving because it's after Halloween.
Yes.
So it's your chill time before you got to go shopping, right?
Oh, jeez. That's right.
It's the last day before the shopping crush begins.
Right.
Absinthe is an aperitif, and it's great to have a Le Bleu before everyone shows up for Thanksgiving.
I'll have a Le Bleu with my tryptophan overdose.
Yes. Cheers, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
You're welcome. Thanks for having us here, you guys.
We did a few clinks. We got some.
There's a big Santé to everybody across the pond.
Santé.
Santé.
To all the distillers and all everybody that has been, really, really trying to move this absinthe revival in a positive direction. And lots of people are learning about absinthe now, and we got to keep that going because there's a lot of fake stuff out there, and the genuine absinthe has so many positive qualities. It's a medicinal, an aperitif. Yep. You guys are finishing up your glasses right now. Wait until you have a second glass and how good you're going to feel. No, it's not going to make you hallucinate, but it's going to make you feel very good.
No, but the things that I put in Obsidious' glass will make him hallucinate.
Oh, there it is.
Dimitri,
did you roofie?
That's not
Is that where the horns came from?
Dimitri and I were actually talking about this the other day, the recent BuzzFeed video that got posted and is making its rounds.
Yeah.
And it's great that they're doing something to bring awareness to absinthe, but the fact that every single person on that video pulled am I going to hallucinate? Where's the fairy? That infuriates me so much that so many people still believe that myth.
I don't know. One of the guys in that video, I thought he was the fairy.
True.
Well, that video, it's great that you mentioned that. The video is titled First Time Americans Try Absinthe, and...
Stupid Americans.
We're not that ethnocentric, first of all. We are silly, but... that whole video was produced. I think it's got like 5 million views, and that's kind of sad. There's another guy.
It's because it's
BuzzFeed. The Tipsy Bartender does a couple of things on absinthe, and he gets 4 or 5 million views. So
we're actually talking to him about a project coming up in the future. So.
Really, please show him the glasses.
Absolutely,
that would be fun to see him do that. And tell him he's doing it wrong. There's a lot. There's a lot of folks that support us and that talk to us. I mean, we really appreciate the opportunity to have these channels to talk more about genuine absinthe and the hard work that goes with it. These distillers, these artisanal distillers, they work hard to make something really special, and we hope to share that with the world. And what's really great is that it's becoming more available. You can buy most absinthe at alandia.de. Mm-hmm. You can buy at absinthe.com. Those are international online retailers. So
so you can get the Swiss stuff and have it shipped to you. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's worth it if you want the quality stuff.
And what's interesting about that is that sometimes it's cheaper to buy across seas than even here.
Yeah,
really? Even with the shipping,
Yep, even with the shipping.
Really? Because,
taxes and red tape.
The retailers have to pay for the shipping anyhow, and then you have to pay for the taxes and the red tape. So, by the time you get it if you can find it at Bevmo or Total Wine or whatever retailer you can get your hands on, it's going to be as expensive or maybe even more so than just buying it online through, the websites that Dimitri just mentioned.
And here's something really, frustrating for the absinthe community as well, because there's, as we say, the crapsinthe or the fake absinthe. It's not genuine absinthe.
I like it.
Am I supposed to put my nose up when I say that? The craps.
The crapsinthe. Well, no, only because it would be like, somebody trying to sell you beer that is not made with hops. It's just... artificially colored vodka or grain alcohol, and they call it absinthe.
Are you talking about, not to name drop, but are we talking about stuff like the Absinthe, for example, or?
That wouldn't be considered a very true absinthe. It's close, but it's that's something that I would never buy.
You're saying it's because of the coloring that the coloring aspect of it?
It's the quality of the herbs. It's what gives you that medicinal positive effect. So first of all, we'll talk about. So when I say medicinal, I'm not comparing that to THC.
Yeah.
Although you guys might think so maybe later. But, for example, Leaf, I'll let Leaf explain some of the medicinal qualities and why. For example, I have a bad stomach. I know a lot of people that have...
Honestly, that's a lot of population nowadays, not just because of stress in life, but actually the kind of food that they're serving around, so...
My answer for gluten-free is drink more absinthe.
There it is.
That's what
the banner.
I wonder if that would work for Crohn's disease also, because I've got a friend who has Crohn's, and it's not easy on him. He can't have most beers. Mixed drinks are pretty much out of the question. So I wonder how to do on absinthe.
It probably would be worth a try.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Leaf.
Well, I was going to say wormwood, which is the herb in absinthe that's most commonly demonized because of the thujaune. It's actually used regularly as a digestive aid to help stomach ailments, as well as a number of other medicinal purposes. Records show its use back to the ancient Greeks, Palestinians, Romans, and so many other cultures that used it for medicinal and magical and spiritual rituals. I mean, it has a history way before absinthe.
Can it solve stupid?
I'm sorry?
Can it solve stupid?
Real absinthe can solve stupid, but the fake stuff just makes people stupider.
Okay. I want to know...
Stupider is... I might... Yes, stupider.
Yes. I want to throw in really quick...
I haven't drank enough of the real stuff.
I'm trying to get every drop out of this thing, and I took an ice cube out and started sucking it, and it was like a piece of candy. Because it's all over the ice cube.
All the flavors, the oils.
Yeah.
And typically, again, traditionalists wouldn't suggest mixing the ice into it. So that's why we have a separator there.
So Leif is up on his
new age.
Ready to serve round
two. The glass of the modern era.
Leif is ready for round two.
The dream would be to get it in the Star Wars cantina.
Right. That'd
be awesome.
What are you doing? Why aren't you done yet?
That's funny because my kid's inside right now playing Lego
There's more
Star
drinks.
Wars.
Suck. Peer pressure.
And the big place where you go to get all the levels is the cantinas.
It's like the old Star Wars Galaxies, if you guys ever played that. One of the best games ever made.
Ooh. And that game... I hated that game for the longest time because I was like, I'm going to be a Jedi. And I finally got to it, I was like, I don't know what to do now. I've got my lightsaber. I don't know what to do now.
Kind of breathe out.
Yeah.
You got this little fume kick. It's like all the good flavors.
So Brian just learned
that
how
was
to
a
get
drink
high.
right there.
You know what the best thing? So now that you guys finished your first drink, you know what the best thing about drinking absinthe this way is? Not in cocktails, which the absinthe cocktails are great, but drinking it with water. So we have about 4 or 5 parts water.
Oh my god!
You don't get.
I thought that was falling off the table right now. Christian was taking the cup off the table.
You're not going to have a bad hangover because you're mixing it with water constantly.
Actually, I want to touch on that because Obsidious and I were hanging out and we had kind of an absinthe party that Leaf was kind enough to serve for us. Yeah. And he was making a bunch of mixed drinks and I was trying a bunch of stuff, and my girlfriend had one she didn't like, so I drank hers. And then there was another one that someone didn't like, and I didn't realize I was drinking a bunch because I wasn't feeling drunk.
I still have a picture of you with 2 glasses.
Yeah, and I had 2, which like one had champagne and the other was just absinthe, and I was sucking them down. And I remember at one point someone said on Facebook saying, "Oh, is it good? Are you guys having fun? Do you feel funny?" It's like, I'm always funny, except when I'm being serious. But I'm still funny. I love it. And then I said something like the most drunk Facebook comment ever. And what I love is that everyone was so kind. They're just kind of like, okay, we'll let him just be there. and they held the conversation afterwards.
Let me see if I think I'm in good company. Let me see if you guys can catch this quote, this movie quote, because I love movie quotes.
Okay.
So when you said you drank absinthe, it made you kind of lucid?
Yeah, I was relaxed. I was relaxed drunk.
Relaxed drunk, right?
Yes, my brain was no longer focusing on a million things.
I've always wanted to do a parody of this movie, so I'm just going to throw the quote out there. Kristen, how did that make you feel?
Oh.
You know it!
I do know it, and I think Obsidian's got it too.
You don't like the movie?
I love the movie.
Interesting.
It's Equilibrium.
Yeah. It made me want to go shoot like a million people.
Yes. Grammaton.
I thought you were talking about The Princess Bride.
Also a good movie.
See,
also
maybe
a
that's
good
my
movie.
subconscious. Then we need to drink more. So we got to do. So I like to do
But
this.
it works on two different levels.
It does, huh?
Maybe is that more Inception?
Leaf, server boy.
Yeah.
How did
Close
that
to the
make
mic. Go
you
ahead and
feel?
explain, sir.
I love that movie, though. I love
We're going left to right off the
Okay,
layout, correct?
so then, Leaf, do you want to talk a little bit about this, what you're pouring next, or would you like me to talk?
You probably have a lot more knowledge about this brand. I actually have never tried any of the Jade brands, so I am very excited to try this handiwork from Ted Bro, who is one of my rock star idols.
Yes, and I think Dimitri and I were talking about this before we started the podcast, so take it away.
Yeah, so Ted Bro is the godfather of Absinthe. We like to refer to him as the godfather because he really changed everything for Absinthe. He re-legalized it, and he's just been incredibly passionate, and he makes the greatest absinthe in the world, the greatest modern absinthe in the world.
Fair enough. There it
and
is.
it's based on, many of his absinthes are based on old recipes, and so what you're looking at there is his latest. It's part of the Jade line, jadeliquors.com or bestabsinthe.com.
Yeah, Bryant and I are sniffing the bottle, and this one smells
really light. Like
yeah.
there isn't a lot of the what is it? The black licorice smell that's usually there.
Yeah, this time I kind of get more of like a taffy smell almost.
Yeah, it's just a really sweet smell.
This is his latest. It's called Oxygene, the Terminus Oxygene, and it's really interesting because it was really created as a homage to one of the most interesting absinthes of
do what he
the
just
Belle
did.
Epoque
No
era.
sugar.
On this one, you shouldn't.
Oh,
sugar!
It's got a very
Just because
amazing distillation technique where they use a hot oxygenation process that really mirrors the original technique. But if you want to know more, check out bestabsinthe.com or the jadeliquors.com. He also reverse engineered a bottle. The Jade 1901. And there's a lot of pre-ban like absinthe that people stored before it was banned.
I'm like picturing this guy with the chemistry goggles, the plastic chemistry goggles with a white lab coat right now.
He's actually quite the opposite.
Oh, I see.
He's in the 90s. He was doing a lot of research. He's from New Orleans, and this is distilled in France at the Combiard Distillery, and he bought one of the original distilleries. Or maybe leasing it. I don't know, but he's using all of the original techniques that they did before it was banned, and he's done a tremendous amount of research, and it shows. I mean, when you have this, it is the cream of the crop of all absinthes. I think the 1901, the Esprit Edouard, is probably the best. It depends who you ask, but the great news is that Riverhood Distilleries and their distribution of Jade and everything Ted has done, you'll be able to find this at most local stores.
Nice.
Although made in France. So when you guys taste this, I'm going to be really interested to see not only how you like the way it tastes. It's thick. Look at the color on this.
Yeah, I was going to mention on that. It's got like a nice...
So I'm going to jump
it looks
back
like
on
olive oil from here almost.
Yeah, that's actually a good description of it. It's got like this olivine sort of color.
It is a beautiful color.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how this stuff loosens.
Wait
until
so
sensual. Loosh my drink for me. Yes, loosh. I like it when you loosh
you on the
me.
ear over there.
Oh my.
Nibbling on your ear and pecking on your cheek.
And touching your scrotum.
Hey, whatever works, right?
So while we had the good looshing going on, I want to talk about a story that I thought was fucking weird as hell.
All right.
Did any one of you hear about the old lady in Russia?
The 8/11 people?
Yeah.
Really?
What?
Yeah, she got caught because of a closed-circuit camera outside of, I think, her apartment complex or her rental. She was dragging out a trash bag in the middle of the night, wearing, like, full, like, surgical, like, I'm going to be covered up. I don't want to get anything on me. A friend of hers came over and insulted the cleanliness of her tea set. So this bitch murdered her, chopped her into pieces, put her in a trash bag, and tossed her out. And they finally caught her, and they thought that she was just... They thought, oh, yeah, she's good, we got her. And she wasn't putting up a struggle. She said, I'm guilty. Then immediately afterwards said, I am so glad you caught me. I deserve punishment. I am guilty of all charges. And then she listed off 10 more people she's killed. Immediately. Everyone's battery is just like going to hell. But no, and it turns out one of the victims is actually her husband who disappeared in 2005.
Doesn't that happen all the time? People just don't talk about it?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
The
honestly.
husband one.
But it turns out she actually ate some of the people too.
Oh.
Wow.
Did Jeffrey Dahmer have... Was he...
Now, I think this might have been his mom.
All right.
Yeah.
They found her.
Or daughter.
They finally found her.
I guess one of the nicknames circulating around the internet is they're calling her Granable Lecter.
Granable Lecter. Yes, that's fantastic.
That is good stuff.
Thank you, sir.
I don't know. I think if I met an old lady like that, I'd be pretty interested. She
puts the absinthe
she's
in
a
the
hotel
glass.
worker, if I recall. Yeah.
I ate his liver with some fava beans and some Chianti.
Okay, so that brings up a very important question. If we're enjoying a fine absinthe,
Yes.
what part of the body would you want to eat with what absinthe?
Oh, really?
Some liver.
I like my appetite, thank you very much. I'd like to keep it.
Well, I'm trying to offer you a good meal suggestion. You know, you could maybe rub some good applewood bacon on someone's back thigh and enjoy a good absinthe.
Oh, I thought you were just going to say apple, because apples are great. I love apples. I'm a simple man, I'm sorry.
I'm a simple man. Apples and cheese and crackers. It goes a long way.
There you go.
Have an absinthe. Ooh.
So I'm the only one excited to eat the guy I have in the closet?
Yeah, that would be the funny part. Where you just hear the... Let me out! Oh my god!
Doors are shaking a little bit.
Well, he told me he liked the new Fantastic Four, so I thought this man needs to die. And
Somebody actually liked that movie?
Oh my god.
Fantastic Four?
I heard that
It was...
what I've been reading, it wasn't even out yet, and people said they weren't going to go see it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the pre-screening reviews have not been
It came out
favorable.
It just came out yesterday.
What did
Yeah?
it is, I think Disney, and I don't know, that's what I've read, you know how the media
No,
is.
it's not even a Disney thing because
Fox
still owns the rights to the Fantastic Four and the X-Men.
Goodness
So
gracious. They
it was
just
a
need to let
Fox
go.
thing.
Now, here's
Just
my
let
theory.
go.
Wow.
My honest theory is that Fox decided to take this entire thing and be like, you know what? We want this much money for the rights to the franchise. And they said, no, we're not going to pay that much. So they said, all right, fine. They put together this really shitty script. They got a director that really shouldn't be involved. They got a bunch of writers that shouldn't be involved. The director himself said,
Over his head.
okay.
Yeah.
The director said he had a pretty good vision for what he wanted to do, but then the studio
Yeah, he said that
preempted his decisions.
Yeah, he said that
Wow.
anything he said
supposedly.
Wow.
they weren't interested in. One
getting
thing
the scoop
supposedly
now.
is he and he and Disney both said this is the perfect person to play Reed Richards, and they said no, we want the young guy. I said okay, cool, whatever. Which I still think what's his name, Miles is I believe is the name of the gentleman who is playing Mr. Fantastic here.
Looks like a cool guy.
He
Don't know
he's
yet.
a cool dude.
I don't know yet.
I like him, but
Let me look it up on IMDb because
But-
I can't rightly remember.
Who were they thinking about before that, dude?
forgot his name all of a sudden, but he's from Park and Recreations. He's Leslie Knope's boyfriend and husband. Does anyone remember the actor's name?
No, not off the
Make
top
me
of my
look
head.
up that. And
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
it's all
why I
good.
bring you here. You have a tablet, and even though I do,
Because
I'm
Reed
lazy.
Richards is an interesting character.
Yeah.
He is. He's supposed to be a man at a time. Now, let me pitch my thought on this, just because I really, really want to.
This is very...
Are we looking for a moment of silence?
Milky.
Should I shut up and let us have a moment of silence?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
so we
Cheers,
can
gentlemen.
imbibe this wonderful.
Let's. We
delicacy.
do have a new one. I'm not gonna lie. So we're gonna
Enjoy,
moment
you
of silence
guys.
it up. Clanky, clanky, clanky.
So, in the absinthe community, when the Terminus came out last November, there's a lot of Walking Dead fans.
yeah.
So we're like, oh, Terminus, which one are you talking about? Oh, I'm drinking Terminus and watching Terminus. So,
There we go.
cannibalistic.
All right. Moment of silence, part 2.
Okay.
Ooh.
One thing I noticed
that is strong.
Make sure you blow first.
I thought I did. I probably didn't.
No, you got a really good taste.
Oh yeah.
Even if you do, this one definitely has a stronger flavor than the La Clandestine, because I don't know if you mentioned this, Dimitri. The way they make a La Bleu absinthe is they actually make a vert, and then they distill it one more time to remove the chlorophyll and other impurities.
What was that called? A vert?
Vert, a green.
Okay.
Which is what we're drinking now. We're now drinking a vert absinthe, a green absinthe.
Okay.
So pretty much if they took this, ran it through another distillation, they could make a La Bleu, like La Clandestine and the other one we tried.
I see. Okay.
My inner 90s kid wants to scream, vertical, cool, whoa!
Yeah, right. Vert is the French word for green.
Yes.
Ah.
Yes, and La Bleu. These La Bleus, like the La Clandestine, create this opalescence color.
I noticed that this is a thicker and a little milkier after everything.
It's a little more rich and it's creamy.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it does look like a cream.
It is
like a green cream.
It looks powerful. Like I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, you guys,
you're gonna feel that in the morning.
So this would be one, especially after the La Bleu that we had. You may want to add a little bit of water to. Definitely more ice, because the other trick to really enjoying absinthe is the colder it is. There, see, there it is.
I see.
The better.
Fair enough.
The colder it is, the better, the more refreshing. So I'm gonna bring it.
What were you gonna say about Fantastic Four? I found out.
Oh yeah, let's keep the what the fuck train going on, because you're not gonna add
what the fuck train.
Okay, we're going from like the history of absinthe and the nice. And then let's talk about movies and shit. So it was Adam Scott, who they were looking to actually play Mr. Fantastic. Now, here's my thought. And Marvel, since obviously you guys fucking listen to the shit I say, I want to say this one. What you need to do... No, they really do. I keep saying they should do this, they do it. They should use Paul Bettany as Vision, because he looks like the Vision in my mind. All of a sudden, who's the Vision? Paul fucking Bettany. I said that when Iron Man 1 came out and I found out who voiced Jarvis. I was like, fuck, they could turn him into Vision. He's a robot now. Yeah, so what do they do in Avengers 2? Fucking listen to me. Just like Ubisoft, listen to everything I say about the Assassin's Creed franchise. Assassin's Creed 2 has been played out. What should they do next? Oh, they should do the American Revolution. Technology has advanced enough. We have fun. It's a new setting. Bam. What did I say when that came out? Dude, look at that ship stuff. They should do pirate sticks.
That was my remark too.
And earlier when that was coming out, I was talking about how, you know what, I'm surprised they didn't jump to the French Revolution instead of doing the American Revolution. Bam, what's that? And then I keep talking about how, you know what, the steampunk thing is a big thing that's eventually going to make it. What is this new one? The Victorian era with all the steam machines? I'm just going to shut up and not say what I know what's going on next, because seriously.
Christian, along those lines, this last year at Ren Fair, I've got a friend who cosplays assassins.
Nice.
And her and I worked out this whole backstory that she was going to come to fair.
It's a she?
Yes.
Do you have her number so I could call her?
Down, boy.
Mine, hush.
Darn it. Go on. I'm sorry.
Different girl, actually.
Hey.
But we actually worked out this whole backstory that she came to England, the first assassin in England, to take me out because my life had been manipulated by Templars. And if you look at the history of the character I portrayed at Fair, it's really easy to say, how the hell did he land as this position when he had no titles in his family? Oh, Templars. And we worked it all out, and then, 2 weeks after she came to Fair and we played it out, they actually released the announcement of, hey, the assassins are going to England. Only Victorian, which, honestly, I'm looking forward to it. I got to go to the Ubisoft Lounge for E3.
Which I had to skip on.
Nice.
And I got some hands-on gameplay of Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and
it's good, isn't it?
My God.
The hands-on, is that what cosplay means? The hands-on game?
No, this was
as in, he actually got to play the game.
Cosplay is basically like
I thought you were talking about the girl.
Oh, no, sorry,
Yeah.
No, it's all good.
That's all my fault.
I'm just kind of stroking my geek cred here.
So, that being said, having gone down this list of things that have been taken from things I've said on the podcast that have wound up being real, I want to go on my next one. Marvel is obviously going to have a field day now that the Fantastic Four franchise is currently, on fire.
Not in a good way.
Yeah, not in a good way. We're talking it's burning. The ship is burning, and it's sinking. And
especially after Ant-Man was so great.
Right?
Yeah.
Why didn't you see Ant-Man, Internet? Why?
I don't know why they haven't seen
Such a good movie.
So here's
really
where
good.
it stands.
It was really
Everyone's going to be wondering, like, how do you just fit them in? You could like reintroduce them like now. Here's my thought. Get a good cast. Make it 1950s Rockefeller era Fantastic Four, which is where they started anyways.
Right.
And then they're well known for being a time hopping and stuff. Get them stuck in time and have them reappear modern day. Let Reed Richards kind of take 5 minutes looking at Tony Stark's text and be like, oh, hey, you did this and this. Oh, look, you could touch the screen now. That makes everything different. He changes, he disassembles it. It's Reed fucking Richards. This man is not just a scientist. This man is like a science wizard.
Yeah, he's
like
a
the
genius.
Nikolai Tesla of
Exactly.
Did you guys see Nikolai Tesla's Tesla coils on the
I saw that. That's fantastic.
I had not noticed that. That is Tesla is one of my idols.
Mine too.
In a little bit of detail, I want to go ahead and talk
Not
about
Tesla coils per se, but the Wardenclyffe Tower.
Yeah.
Label.
Let's
That
get a
is the one
picture
that
of
we're
that.
drinking right now, right?
That is
correct.
correct.
But yeah, so Marvel, since you give a shit what I say, do that. Because that would be fantastic. I would love to see that. Not to mention...
I mean, what the fuck?
Not to mention, we already have characters that fit the mentality already of all these, except for Ben Grimm.
That's better
And
than-
here's how you make it. That actually gives Sue Richards more depth for a future story because you have a 1950 era mentality looking at a modern feminism movement, looking at things like, well, wait a minute, this changes everything. Where his husband, Reed Richards, would have been allowed to smack her in the ass and say, make me a sandwich. Yeah. Well, you know what? We don't know what she's working with down there. It's invisible.
When you say Susan Richards, all I think of is just this beautiful thing.
Blonde.
Jessica Alba.
No. I think of Leaf.
Jessica Alba?
Jessica Alba.
No.
I mean,
I had
gosh.
such an issue with that casting. I hated that
I
casting.
don't care.
I would do every... Okay, now don't get me wrong. I would dip Jessica Alba
Compared to what we have.
I would dip Jessica Alba into a thing of Nutella and lick it all off. Don't get me wrong. And then the new lady, by the way, she's hot as shit. Have you seen Shooter?
I have.
I saw her in
I
Shooter.
can't get the
House of
image of
Cards?
Jessica Alba out of my mind when she puts on that outfit for the first.
I mean,
But that being
that's
said,
not Latina.
I want
right. Just in spandex. It's like, oh my god.
anyone who's watched Mad Men. Look at that fashion. Look at that style.
Yeah, see, that'd be
That
cool.
is where the Fantastic Four should come from. And then bring that into a modern day. Because, okay, we have Captain America who everyone's like, well, we already have him. He's no longer a man at a time. He adapted immediately.
I
Yeah,
can
he
tell.
did.
That alone, everybody's. I think society in general wants to go back in time and enjoy the simpler times a little bit more. You know.
Yeah.
And
There's definitely an appeal to nostalgia.
absolutely, and that's
Yes,
kind of part of this absinthe revival.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It would be great.
And the taste is fucking fantastic.
So is that where your hair is starting to stand up a little bit?
It
We'll
does-
blame it on the
I'm just
humidity of
getting
the
rid of the
Riverside
hat hair.
summer.
So then, how does everybody like the Terminus?
Oh, it is.
It has his Tesla tower.
Terminus
Oh,
S.
My pinky
Yeah.
hasn't gone down since I started. I think it's permanently erect. Both of them. I got a dual pinky erection.
Most absinthes are around 68.
You can tell the back of the class to quit screwing around.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Fucker, speaking of the microphone, you're fired, man.
We
No, you're fired.
I haven't got fired in like 3 episodes. I'm kind of upset.
Dimitri's brother Mike was saying that the Terminus is 68. That's 68% by volume.
Yes.
Yes.
Not
Before you
1968
lose
as
it
in
and
time
dilute it.
travel.
Correct. Which
Before you
also,
learn it, obviously,
which
yes.
by the way, we were having this conversation earlier about what parts per water do you add to certain absinthes? Well, a big part of that is that ABV. So the first one that we had is 56. The typical blues have a lower alcohol by volume.
Makes sense.
Okay.
They're, not as sharp,
Yeah. And some of the others have a
Verts-
bit of a higher.
The verts
tried
are
this?
typically going to have a higher alcohol by volume, would you say, Dimitri?
Yeah, typically yes. Although there is I can't wait to try. I think it's called Serpentine. It's 72%. One of our friends, Absinthe Jack, he has a psychedelic fairy on Facebook. He just ordered that. It's a great page. It's fun. It's a nice absinthe culture page.
Oh, very
now,
nice. Very
you're
nice.
really
You guys
big
can
on
learn a lot there.
You're really big on trying to make sure people who aren't a part of the absinthe industry, or not industry, but the lifestyle, really hop on board. And people like Brian, to me, honestly, I have a small absinthe glass. I have now, thanks to you, a spoon. And I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. But there's actually opportunities out there if you know where to look for to make absinthe easy access for you. And Leaf, you actually was talking about an app for people who don't have access to like the amazing Slipstream glass.
Our friend Joseph Lebrec, he's been a great guy, and another absinthe enthusiast. He created this.
Oh wow!
He created this app.
You know the guys that made the Absinthe Dilution Fairy app.
It's just one guy.
That's awesome.
I love that guy because this thing is a lifesaver to my business.
Could you hook them up? I think Leaf is getting a little aroused.
Well, I'd just like to touch bases and say thank you for making this. Because when I work with a new absinthe, I want to know at least the basic dilution of what I should do.
Leaf, when you thank him, use the beard.
Yes.
Well, and I want to invite everybody to join Slipstream Absinthe on Facebook, but also the Art of Lushing Absinthe on Facebook. But where you're going to find a lot of these guys that are just absinthe enthusiasts and helping the revival is on one of our friends' group pages on Facebook called The Absinthe Minded. Okay. And, we post pictures when we drink absinthe and talk about different bottles and,
have a good time.
Share different
have fun. It's a hobby. And it's different than
awesome.
drinking vodka,
My clothes falls off when I drink vodka, so I stop.
See,
I had watermelon vodka today. I had the bubblegum vodka.
I hate all these like
drink it in a martini
super
glass?
bubbly flavored vodkas. Like I last week, my neighbor's RV camper caught on fire while they were charging the battery. Holy shit! So I felt bad, and I asked the wife, I was like, "So what do you like to drink? I'll get you a bottle, and we'll hang out. We'll have a nice night to get our minds off." So
nice of you.
There is this candy bar UV vodka I love, and I looked her in the eye. I said, "Are you fucking serious right now?"
Because the next thing you know, Mars is going to pick up on. They're going to have Butterfinger vodka.
No,
Snickers
okay.
vodka.
I used to work 10 bar at various locations I will not name because they don't deserve a shout out. But that exists. A lot of these UV flavored vodkas you use to make that. You can do a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
Yeah.
You could do a Butterfinger.
Sure.
You can do a Baby Ruth, which actually Skittles. The Skittles is fucking horrible, by the way.
Skittle shot, yeah.
Can
you do a chili dog?
I'm gonna bleep that out, and after this episode, I'm gonna bludgeon you with the microphone. Only Bryant has had that love before.
He does have a new sword.
Does that mean I'm fired?
So you better...
Oh, yeah.
Actually,
God.
you know what? Congratulations for being the second person on Chimi history to have ever been fired. Obsidious, you're fired.
Up top.
Obsidian!
Get this man another drink. He's unemployed.
Thank you, Brian.
You're welcome.
Only Bryant would be proud of someone who got fired off this show.
I think I get fired like every episode.
Well,
I can make it.
you're late to the shows. You lose the recordings.
funny.
You get drunk. You never silence your cell phone. You're an asshole. I want you to burn in hell.
Hey,
But
but
you can't call him out for getting drunk because you do every show as well.
Yeah.
I never said I wasn't a hypocrite.
And you're the one to blame for that
Escalating
chili dog
Right,
drink
right.
bullshit.
I gotta bleep that out again now too. Stop with the chili dog.
just
Now I gotta
fucking
bleep me.
crap.
Look what you did, sir.
Oh, am I not
Okay.
supposed to say the BS word?
Yes, you're not supposed to say the BS word.
I'm sorry,
To me,
everybody.
it actually seemed like you're behaving quite well.
Captain America.
thank you.
Don't be on his
White
team.
Rabbit.
Don't be on his team.
Hey.
Captain America would have
Trademarks
said,
in
They
language.
like me, okay? They like me.
Name 12.
I am someone.
Speaking of
Now,
teams,
do you guys
we
have
got the
skinny
Chimi
vodka?
team. We got the Slipstream team. You want to be on the Absinthe Guy team?
No homo.
No homo.
What?
No hetero.
We got two guys over there, two over there. I'm sitting here alone. Join the Absinthe Guy team.
That's a done deal.
Hey, there we go.
All right, well then, if there's teams here, I'd like to issue a challenge.
Wonder Twin Powers.
Absinthe.
Form of.
Jennifer Lawrence dildo. Sorry, it just like popped off the tip of my tongue.
I've got nothing.
I love that I'm sitting here with reputable businessman making these kind of jokes. I feel like I'm at home here.
What I love is
That's what it's about.
I was talking to someone last night about how we're doing a live episode with Absinthe today, and how we're going to go ahead and have the actual show on next Tuesday afternoon if they want to listen. And he's like, "Oh, really? So what's your show like?" "Oh, we're just two fucking assholes with microphones." And he stops. He's like, "Wait a minute. So these guys are like into absinthe and like the love of it and stuff, and they're businessmen that create their own things." It's like, yeah, I don't think they realize what they're getting into here.
No, in fact, we wrote a lot of stuff down that we were going to talk about.
Nice. Yeah.
It's over. We got a lot to talk about. I don't know why we bothered writing it down.
Fair enough.
So we're in very, very good company. So thank you guys.
Yeah,
this is really a terrific place to be.
If you do have notes, please.
Well, no, it's all about fun.
You know what? Honestly, that's what this is we're just here to hang out. And Leaf actually has like pages. Leaf is currently showing me his laptop.
Yeah.
Leaf's laptop is covered in pages of notes and notes and notes and notes.
Oh my God!
I take the history and
that's what
culture
blogs
of
are
absinthe
for.
very seriously.
So
meanwhile, here we are, all trying to get drunk.
More.
Yeah, why don't we talk more about absinthe, since that's what we are in.
Actually, could I talk about something that's really near and dear to my heart really quick before we get into the absinthe? Because
Celebrities that drink it?
No. There is that.
No,
It hasn't hit my heart yet. I haven't injected it into the IV.
Pulp Fiction stuff.
But first, Leaf is on his feet, so I'm going to suck this down like the whore I am.
Yeah. I just needed to get up and let the blood circulate
because that terminus really hit you, man.
I will say,
whenever I drink absinthe, I can feel my excitement level just rise. I am a naturally socially awkward and anxious person. I hate being around people, but give me a glass of absinthe and oh God,
you become
look
an extrovert.
Out. Oh yes,
yeah. Literally
it's
release
why I love
the beast.
This business. I get to drink absinthe and talk to people all night long.
That's why.
Oh, I thought you were just going to start drinking it out of the bottle.
Sorry,
Obsidious.
Uh-huh. Obsidious is. I'm watching him. Okay, and there's when people drink absinthe. I'm watching. You're a thinker.
I like to listen.
You're a creator.
Things.
Well, can't you tell by my garage?
Yeah. This dude's got like a garage with everything you'd ever want.
When you took that sip of Terminus, you were really thinking about that? And I'm sitting here going, gosh. He is an up-and-coming absinthe aficionado.
Up and coming, nothing. This is actually before Leaf came into my life. That was the gentleman who introduced me to absinthe the very first time.
There it is.
Was I? And that was just the Absinthe, too, which actually isn't true absinthe, honestly. It's just like an absinthe.
Well, you got to start somewhere, though. You got to start somewhere.
You're exactly right.
Break it down, then. You're going around the table and like talking about the different mentalities.
Yeah.
Obviously, the absinthe has brought him to be an extrovert and be a very positive and outgoing person.
Yeah.
He has gone more inside of himself in a positive way, thinking in his head.
Well, so when this is over, like I would feel like it's a mistake not to pull him aside and say, just have a real, because he's thinking about what he's drinking.
Yeah.
See, look at that. Look at it. Take a picture.
I can't. I'm lazy.
See?
Oh my.
So what did you just taste?
What's the it's going to be stronger. I am admittedly more of a fan of the Swiss absinthe, the stuff that's lower ABV, and this is a bit. It's like if you're a beer drinker, for example, it's like the difference between a lager and maybe like, I don't know, an IPA.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's about it, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the IPA is going to punch you more because it has more hops.
Yeah, of course.
The beer's going to punch you more because it has a higher alcohol content. There's more
oomph.
Yeah, there's more oomph. Yeah, it's definitely it's drier in wine terms. Yeah.
So you don't have that extra distillation I was talking about. So you've got the chlorophyll and all the oils from.
You're getting everything.
The maceration directly in that second batch. That the second batch is primarily flavor and color.
Okay.
The second maceration. And that's where Vert stops. They bottle it right after that.
Hey.
So yeah, you're going to have a stronger herbal flavor from it.
Yeah.
Well, what do you guys think about that, not having that last filtration system?
It's the same. I mean, these different strokes. For
it depends on your
folks.
palate.
It depends on. That's the beauty of variety, because the verts, like the Terminus, the verts seem they're more complex in flavor, and the Le Blues, the more I explore Le Blues, and I'm a Le Bleu guy, but I mean, really, it depends on the day.
Fair enough.
Today is a vert day for me. Yesterday was a Le
good
Bleu
old Saturday.
So it's like white wine and red wine.
That's right.
And the same is with what you pair it with.
Correct.
When you're eating, oysters and absinthe is really good. We love going.
Actually, I was thinking that earlier. I was my girlfriend and I are really huge fans of a lot of like really good canned seafoods.
Yeah.
And all of our family hates it because every time we make soup, we take last week we took a canned eel and we put it into a soup.
Really?
And her family was pissed, so she and I enjoyed this. And so I'm sitting here and I take the sip of the last one. I randomly remembered that eel hint in the broth, and I thought that would go great with this.
That's not an accident.
It pairs up really well.
Wait a minute, I'm sorry, I broke character here. I really like boobs and I like butts, and Leaf, your beard is red.
Yes, it is.
On to you, Bryant.
I know. Oof. We almost lost it.
Fuck.
Yeah, what the hell just happened here?
Christian went off the rails for a
When you said that, all I could think was Jessica Alba in that suit in the first Fantastic Four.
This
I
is
know.
the Terminus
Hang on,
talking.
let me start rubbing one out.
Anyways, how about yourself? What do you?
Me, I honestly, I prefer verts. I like that extra skunk. I like the different styles. I like the strong licorice flavors. I prefer a vert. And like my brother here, he likes the Le Blues a lot. But like he said, it depends on the day, what you're eating, what you feel. You know, if I'm in Arizona at 120 outside, I would rather have a Le Bleu
because it's going to hit you less.
To just
easier.
relax.
It's
And
easier,
to
That
feel
was
more
part
smooth.
of the accident that we had. You know, you think you have a control group.
Yeah.
Well, our control group.
You think,
but
group.
if you're living in the desert with 112 degrees, the fact that we use ice and created the glass the way we did was an accident in a way because
Really?
Yeah, because we knew it has to be cold, but because we were contending with 112 degree weather and living in the desert, we built it for ice, which worked out very well. I mean, if we were living in Canada or Alaska, maybe that
You
wouldn't
could just
have been
grab
so...
it out of the snow on the street.
Yeah.
Are you sure you'd want to eat street snow, though? That just sounds nasty.
You know, the top layer.
As long as it's not yellow.
the fresh top layer, hopefully.
Only after I take a
brown
big pile of it, took it to like Lowe's or Home Depot, had them scan the color for no urine.
Oh, yes. Leaf is getting out the lime.
So for those of you who don't know, absinthe can be served in other ways than just absinthe. There are actually mixed absinthe drinks, which we did not experience in the last episode.
I see. Okay. Well,
So
then.
we're gonna try an absinthe cocktail then, and this is a first time ever, and it's only here.
Yeah.
At Chimi Strong.
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Right there.
Hashtag Chimi Strong. Hashtag Slipstream Absinthe.
My nipples just got hard.
I'm cutting glass.
So what we brought here is another design.
Okay.
So what we're drinking out of...
I have noticed this thing. I've been staring at it straight across the table.
I've seen you glancing at
I've been
it
looking
here.
at it like, I
The
want to
whole
say
show
something.
Just...
There's only
Actually,
one in existence.
let me talk about this just outside, so that way before you get into your design, from someone who has no idea what the fuck this beautiful thing is.
Yes, I have no idea what's going on.
The straw looks a little different because it's an older design that you guys didn't get to do.
It looks a little bit longer. Than,
But it's instead of the bubbles, it's straight. It's got one section to block everything off. It looks like a martini glass to me.
Actually, it looks more like an hourglass with the top part bigger than the bottom part.
So...
that was actually
off
much
that
better.
vodka conversation?
Off the vodka,
It's a martini flare.
it's a martini glass.
Slipstream Absinthe glass. So it's,
Oh my
it's a
God.
flare shape, like it's based off the martini glass.
This is a new design.
The martini glass design is iconic, as you know. It comes back to the
awesome.
50s and 40s.
Now, just because the absinthe is making me be smart, let me ask: does that hold a similar amount of fluid as your typical Phoenix glass?
Yes, we designed this to be a little bit smaller, and the other functional part and difference is there are a lot of absintheurs that prefer not to use sugar.
Yeah.
So
Like-
we designed
like
it so that there's a slower louche, basically a smaller opening. so
Giggity.
that not only could it be used by mixologists at different crafts bars for experiments,
Which
but
I've been
also-
looking at that one.
Is that a
Prototype almost down. Thanks to
There's only one left in the world.
I was looking at it, and then the straw slipped out, and there was almost
I'm not gonna lie. This is selfish of me. I think that would have been great if on this show,
Yeah.
the prototype dies and is gone forever.
Hey,
I think my heart just murmured.
Yeah, yours
back
and
to
mine
the drawing
both.
board.
Holy
yeah?
moly.
All right, old guys got to go.
note to self.
Find blueprints.
The reason we came out with the first one is for that reason. Watch. See this?
He's
Watch
gonna
it.
smash it.
Yeah, you smash this.
Oh, hot dang!
The only thing that happened was the ice coming out.
That's tempered glass. It didn't break. It didn't
That was
even-
amazing.
Which is funny because I was.
Should we try? Let's try to throw this.
Oh
No,
wait,
no,
wait,
don't
wait!
do it.
If you do, let's do this on camera.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's all recorded.
Oh my-
Everyone,
Okay, so
we'll record this after the show. actually.
Strength
After-
drop
yeah,
test.
we'll
let's
record it
do this
afterwards.
We're going to. You know what? Fuck it. Drop it. I can give a shit less. Drop that shit. Drop it like it's hot.
Record it later.
I can't watch. No, you
Yeah. It's your garage.
Dimitri, I'm so nervous
I'm
right
stealing
now.
the mic. I'm stealing the mic so I can stand for this. All right, Dimitri, on 3, over the concrete.
Over the concrete. Over the concrete. Ready?
5, 4,
Got a broom.
orange,
Just in case.
9, 26, 32. Drop that shit.
Oh!
Okay, so that broke.
Normally they don't. I've seen the videos. These things are impossible to break.
Okay.
Oh, Dimitri.
Now let me add something to this list.
Concrete doesn't work.
So
Tables.
Eric
Yeah.
has actually reinforced this floor.
But don't drop them 6 feet on the concrete.
There you go.
No, my apologies. You got a
Physics.
broom.
I do have a broom around here somewhere.
So I'm going to sit back
Oh, there
down.
it is.
And I'm going to enjoy the fact that that happened because that was a very satisfying sound. I'm not going to lie. So I want to say something. Obsidian's got up and he got a dustpan, and Dimitri's got a broom, and Leaf is holding a knife. Leaf is holding a knife like he's gonna cut some bitch.
I'm trying to cut lines for our cocktail, guys.
Do not drop 6 feet over concrete. It is glass.
Yes.
There are videos on the Slipstream
Oh my
Facebook
God.
page, though, where it shows them dropping it 2-3 feet onto concrete, and it bounces.
It is, and that
It's
one has
damn near
that
dead.
one has that's particular pipe that we have in that video has fallen off countertops at least 3 times, traveled across the world in luggage, baggage, TSA abuse, and has survived.
And we've got a little shock value.
Yes. That was a hell of a shot.
We finally figured out what will break a slipstream.
Obsidious' garage. If you're in Obsidious' garage and you drop a Slipstream glass, don't drop it. However, anywhere else in the world, it's fine.
Real concrete you have. This concrete wasn't made in China.
It's the kryptonite concrete that he has in the garage.
Was that glass drunk by any chance? Was that part of the problem?
But I will say,
It was too high. But really, what I wanted, I did that for effect.
Okay.
At my own demise.
He admitted that he did it for effect.
oh, Dimitri.
And he added at his own demise, which, by the way, fuck it, this is not like Pinky Up show. My pinkies were stuck up because they had pinky boners. It's not because this is the right show for them.
But I will say that when you dropped it on, I believe these tables
Like
are
it's
probably
hot.
made out of vinyl. Like a kind of
You
vinyl.
can pound it on.
But it was at least three feet up in the air, or maybe like 2 feet up in the air. Dropped it right on the table. Nothing happened to it.
Pound them.
Yeah.
You can pound them on the table to make for the bars.
Now I was freaking shocked when you did that on the table.
Yeah. But I guess the point is, you never want to even, with this shape on the martini glass.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
that's got a lip to it instead.
You can do this.
Holy moly!
So, Mike is showing us a glass.
Prior to filming of that video.
Mike is showing us a video of the glass actually getting dropped on
wow.
concrete, surviving it, not getting beat up. These are sturdy glasses.
Check cobblestone right there.
Nice.
City of Prague.
Awesome.
Off your back.
That's great.
No, I've got
So honestly, the gentleman in the video was going ahead and slamming the piece of glass,
We got most of
the
it
slipstream, right onto the floor, and it wasn't breaking. He dropped it maybe like the same height that you dropped it from the table,
I did in that case. And that one didn't break.
Actually, you dropped it from about neck height. That's what. How tall are you? Would you say?
Oh, barely 5'11".
Okay, so around I would say
you're tall.
Yeah.
You're tall.
I don't know.
Tall.
Well, I mean you're tall in average height.
You're tall compared to what Bryant thinks is tall.
Well, yeah.
Apparently.
How tall are you?
I am 5'10".
Okay, so we're about the same height.
Yeah. See.
Yeah, see, so we're short and tall.
I'm just
a hug right now. You guys
go
can't
ahead.
see it, but
Go back.
See what absinthe does?
No hetero.
See?
So let me ask you guys. Let me get one of you to sit down again. Which one of you designed the glasses?
Well, we both did.
of us.
Both of you. Okay.
So we started. So we have about 8 different designs.
Oh,
And
nice.
the interesting thing about designs is, it's kind of like you have these dreams, right? And you have this design in mind.
I will ask. Do you carry around a little book with you to go ahead and file down inspiration?
Yeah, and sometimes you got to use napkins.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
and so our first one, we had a party, and we ordered about 10 bottles of absinthe. This was like in 2005.
2005.
We invited all of our friends. We made T-shirts and stuff, and I should have brought one, but the pipe was like the straw didn't separate, and we had the 2 reservoirs. But anyway, we made 30 of them, and we had
That's a lot.
5
That's
bottles.
actually a lot of them.
we
Actually,
ordered.
That's what it took.
Back then, you had to
get
order
that.
online. It's the only place you could get them, and we had 5 from the Czech Republic, which was the bad absinthe, the crapsinthe.
Okay.
Then we had 5 Swiss-made and French-made absinthes. We had the fountain, we had the ritual with the water, and loosed it correctly for one half of the party, and all the hot girls were there.
Hey.
All
Hey.
the older, more sophisticated people were there in that room, and we were, loosing, using the fountain and everything, and then everybody on the other side of the room, it was like a grand experiment. We felt like electric Kool-Aid acid test, Tom Wolfe style, right?
Nice.
They're in the other room, and they're like putting it in shot glasses and
Lighting
lighting
it
on
on
fire.
fire.
They're like, yeah, absinthe, man, absinthe. There's like wicked witches on the bottle
I can
and
see
stuff.
Mike just you're very calm right now, but I can see you as a party animal. It's just guys just like, yeah, you want another one, bro?
Yeah, I am. That's
The craziest thing about our first absinthe party is that everybody that was looshing the absinthe, we were drinking La Clandestine back then, and a few other Dupli and some of the others, and looshing them through the fountain. Everyone there was like just chilling, happy, just like we are right now. But the guys that were lighting the crapsinthe on fire, the
in
Czech
the
stuff, I mean, it's like
grass
evil
outside.
grandmothers on the bottle and stuff. By the end of the night, they were all fighting each other. There was a fight. It was all people that were lighting the stuff on fire and drinking the crap stuff were like beating the crap out of each other, and then
It's like a
everybody
social
else.
experiment,
It
man.
was a total social experiment. We got the pictures to prove it.
yeah. It was,
All right, so I think this is about time.
Yeah.
Tell us what's in this drink we're going to be having now.
Yeah.
The limes.
Ah, yes.
You put the limes in the absinthe in.
This is
Get
probably
going
going
to
to be the last.
This is going to be the last
the
drink
last
of the
little
podcast.
bit of it. So
We're gonna do the first.
Ever.
The second. We tried. We have a champagne flute glass for the Death in the Afternoon, which is
Okay.
the Ernest Hemingway cocktail.
The
which
only
is
time I've
basically
ever been hung over on absinthe, by the way, is when
Yeah,
you have
champagne.
absinthe with champagne.
champagne.
Oh God.
Yeah, champagne causes hangovers.
Which, for the record, when I was dual fisting, one was with champagne, the other was not. That was bizarro.
Champagne beats me up, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
goodness.
night was rough on me, and I'm an absinthe drinker, and
It's
It
not
was
the
a great
absinthe that's
experience.
doing
No,
that.
it's the champagne. It's
it was a great
champagne.
experience, and I loved having that link with Ernest Hemingway. A piece of history, his favorite beverage being prepared in a brand new fashion in the
Death in the
Slipstream
Afternoon.
glass.
How did that bastard drink 4 or 5 of those a day?
Good God!
And
Without
he went
his
big game
liver.
hunting.
And that was a guy with hair on his chest. Let me tell you.
Actually, I'm not going to lie. I'm an amateur writer, and all my best writing comes after the podcast after this
His
douchebag and
chest,
I
if
have
we're
been
lucky.
drinking all night.
He's
Yeah.
You know what are you gonna do, huh?
Crying.
So we're
inside.
gonna try the.
Woo!
It's a La Clandestine cocktail called the La Clandestino, and we're gonna try that in the martini flare pipe.
Let's do it. Which we're not dropping.
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
we're not
still.
gonna drop this one.
It's not hot. We're not dropping it like it is.
I'm still on the. You just dropped the glass. that was crazy.
Okay,
that was
so-
good times.
The poor glass. I just got done sweeping up the last of his remnants. Although there are probably a few.
Which, by the way,
out
thank
here,
you for
but-
letting us use your home, Obsidian.
Yes,
Yeah,
honestly,
thanks,
thank
You know what? I got
Thank
worse
you.
stuff. I've
Thanks
got
for
like
letting us use this as Mythbusters.
Crash testing.
I've got like I use Dremel tools on plastic. I've got like the table saw over there. So, I'll just get rid of it. It's glasses ain't a big deal.
I'm
I'll
going to
just
take
sweep it
advantage
up.
of my weird, clear mind thanks to the absinthe. I honestly think I know exactly why it broke when it dropped. You see, when you drop a glass like this, say you hit at the bottom part where it's all separated, it's going to transfer all that energy. I
There you
believe
go.
you probably hit all the sections at the same time, possibly even 3 sections at the same time.
Yep, and the last one that I dropped on the video hit the rounded air surface.
Yeah,
area,
there.
which is a less
If you
impact, which
get
is
2
why I
or
say
3 of these same time, no transfer. It's
the
all going to break.
martini flares will not take that kind of impact.
Well, next time
Yeah.
we'll just have to have the slow-mo guys capture.
Oh,
That's what we said.
No, fuck those guys, Gavin. You know what you did to me. You owe me an apology.
Hey, I will.
Gavin.
I will give you guys.
call me. My number is 951. No.
951.
The number is 555-555.
Oh God, none of you have any balls.
So thirsty, Leaf.
All right, fine. You know what? Since no one has the balls.
You know what you're doing with this.
So we need for each of these, we need 3 key limes.
Fuck balls.
Oh, well, there's the first 3.
So we're just going to do that in the martini glass.
Okay.
Okay. So this is called the clandestino.
All right,
Yeah,
we're gonna.
so-
I'm gonna. Bryant and I are gonna
This
describe
was
what you're doing.
Yeah.
Created by Le Clandestine.
So go ahead, do this. Bryant and I will step by step talk about what you are doing.
Yep, and we should probably try to get this on video somehow.
Yeah. So
This would be great. I will need, and this is for everybody. You need 1 glass. Any glass will do. We're going to try this in the Martini Flair Slipstream glass.
all right. So how many lime cuts are you putting down?
3 key limes,
Okay.
3 to 4 tablespoons of regular sugar. We're going to use the sugar simple syrup instead for the Martini.
All right, which is in
Flair.
a beautiful, beautiful Arrowhead mountain water bottle.
And we need some crushed ice that we're going to fill to the top.
I assure you, sir, it's
And of
simple
course, 1.5 ounces of La Clandestine absinthe.
Okay.
And we're going to do that here. So it's a very refreshing drink.
All right, sir. Well, then I expect you to start putting that shit in that glass so we can all see what the
so
hell's
we will
going
start
on.
with the absinthe.
And we are using the which absinthe are we using?
This
La
is
Clandestine.
La Clandestine.
It's a La Bleu Swiss,
Bleu.
which is the summer.
Let me get by you.
That's what you should be drinking in the summertime.
Summer, summer,
So here, 1.5.
summertime.
On the prototype, we have the dose line at about 1.5, maybe 2, depending on.
For bartender terms, that was a decent 4 count.
Yeah, so we should have. Do we have any more limes? Because we just need to squeeze
That's
3
3
key
right there.
We'll
Okay.
squeeze 3.
So how many limes do you currently have at the moment?
I have cut up 3 at
Mike.
this moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it looks
We
like...
need lime juice.
Ah.
See, I read the instructions and it said to cut them into small wedges and crush them with a muddler.
Yeah, but
You
we're
muddled the
doing
fuck out
it-
of
You don't have
you
to...
muddled the fuck.
We're doing this in a.
So I jumped ahead and now we're not going to use my precious little lime wedges.
Nope.
Actually, you can
We'll
pretty
use them
sweet.
later. We'll use them. Put them.
I'm
we'll
sure.
use them.
I'm sure the Mexican over there will eat some limes.
I will.
I am fairly confident. I'm fairly confident Osidious has plenty of reason for us to use limes today.
And I apologize for my offensive comment. I really am not like that, but with my
No, it
friends,
wasn't
I pull it
offensive.
out just for this
Sir,
is
do you
fun.
realize what show you're on?
I do, but I'm trying not to compare myself
And the funny
to
thing
Donald
is, I'm
Trump.
not even Mexican.
I posted a picture of a woman with
You're not? No, I'm not.
I thought you were from Peru.
He's from
I was
Puerto Rico.
Mexico. I'm Puerto Rican.
I'm strangely more offended by you calling him Mexican than he is. But sir, let me give you a little levity here.
Yeah,
I posted. I posted a picture of a woman with a tattoo of octopus tentacles coming out of her vajayjay.
I remember that.
And in more subtle terms, her punani. And that actually got the majority of our views of the week. That got more views than my goddamn podcast, which fuck you, perverts.
Didn't you see
guys
that
are
beautiful
pervies.
picture of there was a vagina contest?
I know.
Isn't that nice? It
I
looked like a
am so
rough
entertained.
rose.
Did you know that 2015 is the year of the vajazzler?
The
The
vajazzler.
Vajazzler.
Women,
what is
women,
Hashtag vajazzler.
beautiful women across this world, whether they're large, small, or not, they are vajazzing. Which basically they're bedazzling their vagiline.
Wait. Okay, you need to go more into
It's
detail.
like bedazzle without
Sticky,
Brendan Fraser, or is he
sticky
the
rhinestone gems, making little intricate designs over their vajayjay. They're shaving their pubes very intricately and or off, and instead of pubic hair, they're having little diamond sticky things.
Okay.
Now,
diamond sticky?
I would like to add, my girlfriend does burlesque, and I've been backstage at one point, and I looked at one of these girls who was doing these things. I was like, "What's that for?" She's like, "In case it comes down too far." I was like, "Oh, like so you wanted to look attractive in case there's an accident?" It's like, "Did you see that piercing that Janet Jackson had?" I was like, "Touche, fucking continue sticking shit to your crotch."
I'm so sorry to stop you. So, Dimitri, what just happened there? What are you trying to?
So we are experimenting. Look at this beautiful louche.
That is
That is in the
wow.
La Clandestino.
Hold
the
that pose, sir.
That is
Martini
amazing.
Flair.
Okay, chemistry. Yet again, chemistry.
Welcome to I'm taking a
Art
selfie.
and science, aesthetics at its best.
So I'd like to acknowledge that every single person in this room is on their cell phone right now taking a photo of this shit, except for Obsidious. And I just took 27 photos of that.
And if you can see it against a black background.
Oh no!
Let's get a photo of that too. Here's another 27 photos. Watch this, everybody.
You can actually see it. It's.
I'm sorry, 24 photos.
Absinthe on the bottom is going ahead and.
Oh my god,
losing
smell that
itself
lime.
into the water, lime, and the ice. It's
This
awesome.
is exactly why I love the Slipstream glass for my business. It's not just me pouring absinthe into a glass and dripping water over it. With the Slipstream glass, I'm able to give a really close-up experience of everyone seeing their own glass of absinthe, louche, and every glass is special in its own way.
It's an experience.
It's all about the experience and the practicality. So the three principles in our design, in what we want to deliver to people, is the practicality, symbolic ritual, and aesthetics of the glass design.
Yeah.
Without that, we can never deliver a true, wonderful absinthe experience, and that's all we want. And I hope you guys have had a wonderful absinthe experience.
Well,
so cheers.
Let's get that shit tested out because we're short on time. We got to have some fun with
here
this.
we have the Clandestino. Thanks to everyone at La Clandestine. This is 3 key limes, 3 to 4 tablespoons regular sugar. We use the simple syrup, crushed ice, enough to fill at least 50% of the glass, and then we put 1.5 ounces of La Clandestine absinthe. You guys should check out the video at Chimichanga or on YouTube at Slipstream Absinthe.
Yeah, the video will be up on both.
Yep.
And this is, to
Drink that
all our
shit,
friends.
homie.
Do it, man.
Sante, my friend. Sante.
Or as the Finnish would say, keep us.
Girl,
How is it?
I cleared out the seeds for you guys.
Well, thank you for that.
All right, so that moment of silence was brought to you by the color green.
I put way too much sugar in that.
Did you really?
Yeah, so you might want to put a little bit more ice, but that is delicious. Here, a little more ice.
Ice, baby. Done. So I got to get something out of my system. I've been wanting. It's been stuck in my head since I first saw the limes on the table. It's like you put the lime in the absinthe and fuck yourself up.
Yeah,
blow
that's
the
kind
mix.
of the case this time.
Surprisingly,
I missed
very,
that.
very good.
Surprisingly,
Blow in it,
Well,
did you?
lime. I mean,
I did
come on,
blow
it's
into
a
that one.
pucker.
Okay.
You think Sour Patch Kids or something like that.
Actually,
That's how I
it's
got all
quite
the seeds.
calming.
as
It's
a man who loves
good?
fusion chef,
Actually,
You like that?
that is actually really good.
Yeah, the lime is a really good compliment.
Yeah. That was
refreshing.
To everybody that is listening right now live.
Apparently, Christian got one of the seeds.
Yeah, I got a.
I'm pregnant.
I'm. That's my wife 8 months ago. So. I'm pregnant.
Congratulations to you, sir, on
Thank you. Little boy.
Little boy.
Nice. Yeah, another absent hellion coming.
Oh my!
A mini Dimitri.
All right, so Team Absinthe guys, talk about this drink.
Team Absinthe Guy.
That is an amazing flavor combination. I can tell you that as the kit expands in the very near future, I'm gonna figure out a way to add that to my regular offering. Because wow,
yeah, honestly.
I'd like to throw out
really
that you
good.
guys talked about
Clandestino.
you guys talked about in detail about the drink itself. Over here, we wind up talking about pregnancy, and then they talk about the flavor.
Yeah.
That clearly decides the three sections of this table here.
Well, and that's the thing.
wow.
Yeah, I thought that was
Really got a
delicious.
nice citrus
Seriously,
punch to
I
it.
thought that was
It's citrus works well with absinthe, especially the
Taste it
blues.
again.
You guys can check out more cocktails at leclandestine.com. Last thing we want to say, we want to thank Brendan Edwards out in Boston, Rhode Island. He's going to be at Bottles on August 20th doing a live demo of the Slipstream glass. You can find him on Facebook or on our Slipstream Facebook page. And, Alandia, thank you. Those guys, that's a great place to shop for absinthe accessories, or if you're looking to buy absinthe. And, of course, absinthe.com is a pretty good place. But, if you guys, please help support us. If you're listening, you have an interest in absinthe, we're just regular guys that have a passion and want to help the world understand and read through the lines.
Have a little bit of fun.
Yeah, and have fun. I mean,
Have a
that's
little
what
bit
it
of
is.
fun,
That's
man.
about having the Slipstream Absinthe experience. So,
And if you're lazy and you don't want to use Google, just go ahead. We will give you guys all the contact and all the links.
Dang it, Mike.
I'm loving this cocktail.
yeah, we're gonna make more.
That is delicious. Since we got so many limes left, I think we got to make more before we part ways.
Yeah, I
this
think
day.
so too.
The lime and the
refreshing.
sugar
It's
and
good.
the absinthe just
That is
come
actually
together
really,
very
really
Oh,
nicely.
wow.
See, I can't wait until
I
we
can
hang
actually
up here.
see.
I'm gonna hang
I can
with
actually
you, man.
see this drink being served
We're
at
gonna
bars.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which
Cool
we need
chat.
more of these glasses
Hush,
and more
guys.
bars then.
Hush on that.
Why?
We'll talk after.
So
we're
does
off the air.
anybody?
Oh, goodness.
So if you had to choose, would you say Proton, Terran, or Zerg?
Protoss.
Oh, I'm all Terran, man. I'm all Terran. I love having those
Zerg Rush.
towers. I love having the towers with the
This
turrets.
happened.
Protoss.
I'm going.
Legacy of the Void coming out soon, eh?
Yeah, man. I'm
I
so
drink
stoked for that.
absinthe and play that all the time.
I actually was very late to playing the Heart of the Swarm, and I loved it. I fucking loved it.
You know what's so awesome about absinthe and the Slipstream Absinthe pipes is that
Jerk off these glasses, man.
the cool thing, like we've noticed a lot of programmers, guitarists, you can drink absinthe while you're creating,
Yeah,
and it's no
I'm
different
still
than the
actually-
Picassos, the Van Goghs.
I'm actually a programmer.
You're a programmer, Mike, too. And send us your pictures of everyday moments drinking absinthe with the pipes.
And the best part is you don't have to worry about the slow drip or the spoon or anything like that.
we're gonna
You
do
just
a
put it in
race.
the
No
glass.
mess to clean
Yeah,
up.
later tonight, the guys from Slipstream Absinthe, are you joining us too?
Fuck yeah.
We are going to a house party hosted by, go on Facebook and look her up, the lady Kayla.
We'll link it in our page.
We're going to one of her housewarming parties tonight. I'm
Cosplay,
taking all of the stuff, and we are going to set up a race between my AAA classic fountain, a $300 fountain on the market, versus the Slipstream glass. And we're going to see which one finishes a glass of absinthe.
Can I serve
ready
a
to
beer
drink
in this
first.
race at the same time and see who wins? 'Cause-
Totally.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Totally.
If you're
Oh, no.
chugging the beer,
The answer's always yes.
yes.
Well, I
Rule
think
of
that's
improv. You always say yes and.
I think
Yes,
that's all the I think that's all the time we have today. But I want to thank everyone for being at this table and everyone for coming down. So, Dimitri, Mike, both of you from Slipstream, thank you so much for coming
Appreciate
down.
it. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for having us,
And
crazy
thanks to all our
guys.
supporters.
Leaf, Obsidious, thank you so much. I appreciate you both coming back.
Thank you.
Obsidious.
Obsidious, thank you for hosting us.
Absinthe
again.
tour.
Again, you flatter me too much.
And obviously make sure to follow the Absinthe Guy on his site as well.
Mr.
Mr. Lee.
So many things happening right now. Like, oh my god, go follow me, because shit.
Well, Chimi followers, again, we've had an adventure with Absinthe and Stupidity.
Yep.
So, I'm Christian.
I'm Bryant.
May the awesomeness be with you.
Bye.